None of us wanted to let go of Lincoln. I especially did not want to let go of Lincoln. I had a real tough time when Daniel had been with the accent and in the character for so long, and then we finished the movie, we finished the last shot where Daniel was actually dead, lying on the bed with his legs curled up because the bed was too short to fit his body, in actual point of fact, and we did it that way too. And Daniel went back to his trailer. I made a speech to the crew and to the cast. And I went into Daniel's trailer to see him because we had just finished the film. I had wrapped the company. And Daniel was speaking to me as Daniel. And I hadn't heard his accent. I hadn't heard Daniel speaking in that accent for so many months. And of course, I broke down. Again, I just fell apart the second he started speaking to me as Daniel Day-Lewis. And he always called me Skipper, but when he said, "Hello, Skipper," in his English accent, I was gone. That was it. That was it. And I knew that would be the end of my relationship with Abraham Lincoln. I don't like rehearsals. I find that rehearsing takes the virginity away from everyone who speaks the line for the first time in a room, and the words go into the air or into my ear, and it's hard sometimes to recapture that first time. The first time the actor says that line, not in rehearsal to a mirror or whatever their process is, but on the floor of a movie set. And I want the camera to roll, and I want the actor to speak the line for the first time, and I want a device in the space to record the moment. I want it to record it. I want often the first takes are the takes I use. I often use first, second, third takes in my movies. There are actors, though, that get better and better and better, so sometimes I'll do 16, 17 takes if the actor requires that many takes to reach a level that I think that's it, that's the one. But I just don't rehearse for that reason. Well, light for me is a force. I mean, it is a force. I mean, it's looking over my shoulder during my first movie, The Greatest Show on Earth, and watching the light dancing down to the screen, being more interested in the light than the images the light was casting, projecting. So light's always been important to me. Christmas lights on the streets that we didn't get to have. Sunlight and just the full fact that this art form is about light and shadow. And I never saw myself as an artist in those days. I didn't ever use the word artist. I thought that was pretentious to ever refer to oneself as an artist. I was a movie maker. I was a movie director. I was a filmmaker. That's as far as I would go with pretentiousness, is to call myself a filmmaker. And I always thought there were two very distinct interpretations of those words. A movie maker is somebody that makes Indiana Jones, and a filmmaker is somebody who makes something that's artistic. You can ask any filmmaker. It's a very, very lonely business, especially for the most collaborative art form in the world today. For a director, it may be the loneliest art form in the world. Because I think what exacerbates the loneliness is having so many people around you. So you've got so many lifelines, but often I don't go for the lifeline. I need to work it out myself. I was having a tough time with my German actors because they were in the uniform and they were wearing the skull, and they were SS officers. And these were German actors, Austrian actors from stage actors, some movie actors, film actors. And I didn't want to talk to any of them. I just wanted them to do the work. I didn't want to have any interaction. If I didn't like something, I would correct it, for the take 2 or take 3. But I had no social interaction with anybody because of the uniform, and the words, and the German was just so noxious to me. In context with what we were doing, not in context with who they were. And then I remember Passover happened. We were going to have a Seder, a communal Seder. And all the Israeli actors came to the Seder, and I came to the Seder with them. And we had a lot of people at the Hotel Forum, and this sort of communal Seder. And then all of a sudden, the German actors came in, all wearing their regular clothes. And they sat down next to the Israeli actors, and the German actors put on yarmulkes, and the Israeli actors shared their Haggadahs. And I watched this happening to the left of me, to the right of me, and I just burst into tears. Wow. And nothing was the same since. Nothing was ever the same after that.